Unless you've been trapped in a blood ocean the past week, you've heard of Iron Lung. The surprise indie mega hit, led by popular YouTuber Markiplier, has been blowing people away. Iron Lung is the best YouTuber movie. Not that it had particularly stiff competition.
That might be true.
I actually did not have high hopes for this movie. No offense to Mark, he's a great creator and a talented guy, but I also know how difficult it is to make a bad indie film, let alone one that's really good.
Jim! Call 911! How could you have done this? Jim! I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide. How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide?
But much to my surprise, the film was not only good, it was great. I mean, sure, it's not perfect, no film is. But this is the first full-length feature film Mark has ever directed, edited, or starred in. The fact it's not hot garbage is impressive enough. It being great is a downright miracle. You know, maybe Mark's mom is right about him being destined to become God Emperor of the Earth one day. I mean, he's already more qualified than any president we've had in the last 30 years. But the question I have is, why did it take so long for a good YouTuber movie to come out? YouTube is the #1 social media platform in the world, and it's filled with talented creatives who've proven themselves through years of effort and high-quality work. But you look up YouTuber movies and all you find is a bunch of stuff you've never seen before, or stuff you really, really wish you'd never seen before. It's been 20 years since the launch of YouTube, and Hollywood still hasn't figured out how to capitalize on the platform. It says a lot that the first YouTuber movie to hit it big was an independent, self-financed feature, and not a major studio giving a talented creator a chance. I think this is largely because Hollywood cannot learn the right lesson to save its life. Take a movie that was a massive flop like The Flash. Why do you think The Flash flopped? Is it because its main star is an insane groomer who went on a violent rampage?
Look, they're making a movie.
Ezra Miller.
They're shooting it out with the police. I don't see any camera.
Did it flop because the entire film looks like an Xbox 360 cutscene? Did it flop because it's a sequel to another terrible movie that also flopped? Did it flop because it's a weird, off-putting, confusing mess in its own right?
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Nope, not according to Hollywood. According to Hollywood, The Flash flopped because The Flash just isn't popular enough. I mean, sure, The Flash might be DC's 4th most popular character, and James Gunn managed to turn a bunch of no-name losers into a money-printing machine just by virtue of making a good movie. But no, it's The Flash's fault. It's definitely The Flash's fault. It has to be, because if it's not The Flash's fault, then it's our fault, and that clearly can't be the case. Hollywood will never blame themselves. That's why it took so long for an actually good YouTuber movie to be made. Hollywood had the exact wrong approach when they first tried to make YouTuber movies. Rather than looking for talented creators who have a genuine passion and understanding of filmmaking, or looking for creators whose content might translate better to a feature film, or even creators who just, I don't know, had an idea for a movie? No, they just looked at whoever was currently popular and started throwing money at them. They took ideas that were funny for about 4 minutes and gave them feature-length runtimes. They hired writers who clearly resented and didn't understand the source material, and basically had no ideas beyond YouTuber the movie. I honestly would not be surprised if executives purposefully sabotaged these projects simply because they didn't respect the medium. Because they screwed up hard on the first few attempts, rather than self-reflect on what they did wrong, they just decided, YouTuber movies, yeah, they don't work. They're a bad idea. But what makes Iron Lung different? Why did this film succeed where so many others failed? Well, it's because it was made with care. It wasn't trying to be a YouTuber movie, it was trying to be a YouTuber movie. It was a movie made for the purpose of making a movie, not for the purpose of selling a brand. Mark entrenched himself into the filmmaking process. He was hungry to learn the ins and outs. He familiarized himself with his cast and crew. And when all was said and done, he gave them massive bonuses. While Mark obviously hoped the film would make a profit, it's clear to me that money wasn't his main goal. His main goal was to make a good movie. And you'd be surprised just how far wanting to make something good can get you. Normally, when a video game to movie adaptation like Iron Lung gets made, the process is something like this. The film studio waits in anticipation for the game creator to sign the contract, and then, as soon as that signature hits the paper, the producer disappears and flips off the game creator. Now that they have the rights, they're free to turn whatever they bought into corporate slop. They change huge swaths of the story for no real reason. They take no input from the creators or even fans of the series, and hire people who clearly don't care about the thing they're adapting, instead turning the film into their own personal vanity project. And when the film inevitably ends up terrible, just blame the source material. It can't be your fault after all. But that's not how Mark did it. He worked very closely with David Szymanski, the creator of Iron Lung. And not only is David Szymanski a writer on the movie, but he also gets credited as from the mind of David Szymanski. This is not an industry-required credit, it's just something Mark gave him because he thought he deserved more credit. Mark could have made the movie without consulting David at all. David would probably just be happy to collect royalties from any movie, whether or not it was good or bad. But he worked closely with David because his goal, first and foremost, was to make a good movie. If Mark was being backed by a major film studio, I don't think they would have let him make a movie this good. You might be scratching your head thinking, doesn't Hollywood want to make good movies? And no, they don't. They don't want to make good movies, actually. What Hollywood wants is to be McDonald's. You see, if you want to sell food to a lot of people, you make good food. But if you want to sell food to everyone in the entire world, you make food that's inoffensive. McDonald's isn't trying to be your favorite food, it's trying to be just bland enough to appeal to everyone. Don't get me wrong, I would still do unspeakable things for a spicy McCrispy right now. Hollywood works the same way. They don't want good movies. They want focus-tested crowd pleasers, with themes and messages so generic everyone already agrees with them. Think about how Netflix is asking creatives to make things more second screen. Quality isn't and has never been the priority. Hollywood would have never let Markiplier make Iron Lung in the way he wanted to, because in a strange way, Iron Lung doesn't perfectly match up with Markiplier's brand. Iron Lung is a movie that takes its time. Its horror and themes are existential. The film's open to interpretation. It doesn't want to explain everything. It's not a film that everyone's going to like. I'm sure there's plenty of people who went into this movie because their favorite YouTuber made a film, only to realize their attention span was far too cooked to enjoy it. I've seen a lot of people write off this film saying it's only doing good because Markiplier's popular. They think it's only doing well because Mark has a big audience, and they would have eaten up anything he put out. And I couldn't agree less. People who think this film is coasting on the popularity of an influencer are forgetting we already had a major YouTuber star in a film, and it was a film with a lot more advertising and a higher budget, and it featured an influencer at a higher point in their career.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
The Thinning starring Logan Paul did alright enough to have a sequel, but that's about it. It didn't have much of a cultural impact, and it didn't make anywhere near the waves Iron Lung is making. The movie was banking on the star power of Logan Paul, and it didn't work. A popular face alone wasn't enough.
I think there's someone hanging right there.
Mark's movie isn't just doing well because he has a recognizable face, it's doing well because he cares. And caring is infectious. His caring caused Moist Critical to care, it caused H-Bomber Guy to care, and it caused people outside his fanbase to care. We care because we can tell Mark cares, and that gives us faith. Logan might have cared about his career or his future acting prospects, but he didn't care about The Thinning. Not really. Mark cares about this movie. He believes in this movie. And that's why it's the first successful YouTuber movie. Because he cares. I don't think any of the other past YouTuber movies have been made with care. They were cynical cash grabs based solely on the marketing power of a brand. Obviously, Iron Lung needed Markiplier's name recognition to be successful, but it also needed to be a movie that he cared about making. Now sadly, I know for a fact Hollywood won't take the right lesson from this. They'll just try to stick an unpassionate popular influencer in a focus-tested boring film that no one has passion for, and we already know how that will go. But hopefully this will break down the door for more indie features. Hopefully someone will learn the right lesson. If you like this video, check out this other video I made about Iron Lung, or check out this video I made about Minecraft ARGs. It's personally my favorite video I've made so far. And if you've watched this far into the video, you obviously like my content.